Imagine it's your first day of school and you just met your teacher. You absolutely love her because she's the most kind and warm-hearted person you've ever met. You go out to a restaurant with your family later on to celebrate your first day of school. But lo and behold, you find your teacher, but she's not eating there, she is your waitress. Now why is this, you ask? This is because our teachers in our society today are undervalued and unappreciated. I have talked to many teachers in my school and without my school that how they are able to provide for themselves and for their families on with their low wages. And so teachers are what make this world go round. Yet there's a shortage of them in our schools today. There are no other careers that can come to exist without them, and they themselves have to have second jobs in order to provide for themselves. And so firstly, I will talk about how the shortage of teachers in our schools affects our schools, how there are no other careers to exist without our teachers, and how even they have to have second careers in order to provide for themselves. So we all have multiple teachers in life, both in our homes, our schools, and in our sports. There is no shortage of them in our lives, but in our schools is a different story. In a 2019 article written by Ashley Thompson, she says that by 2017-2018, the country estimated to have a shortage of 110,000 teachers. Now that's not where it stops. In 2019, an article written by Paul Boyce, he says that the number of available teachers has gone down, and so the class size has gone up. So many schools have struggled to keep quality teachers within their schools because the teaching jobs have become more stressful because there are more kids coming into the schools and more teachers going out. So that causes more children and more stress. So they have more kids to take care of, more papers to grade. So they have a more stressful job, and nobody likes stressful jobs. And so our lack of teachers are because of their little pay, yet no other careers can be possible without our teachers. In a 2019 article written by Andy Kirsch and Marissa Perrinel, the average Michigan teacher salary was $62,702. Now you say this is not so bad, but what if they're a starting out teacher? In a 2017 article written by Jennifer Guerra, the Michigan public teachers of less than 2 years of experience only get $36,620. Now that's less than the national average by $1,700. Now let's look at some other careers. You can see our teachers right here are within the $3,000 to $4,000 range, just about here. Yeah, our lawyers are making $130,000. Also, our physical therapists around our $80,000. These people are making triple times what our teachers are making, and without our teachers, they would not be able to be where they are today. Now let's look at another career. Our athletes, they're there for entertainment. Now, that's not saying that they're not giving back to the society, but they would not be where they are today without our teachers. Now, in a 2019 article written by Tom Hiddleston, the average NBA player salary is $7.7 million. Now, that is absolutely huge, more than our teachers who are making $60,000 a year to $7.7 million a year. If these athletes would not be able to gain this money without their teachers, and it's not just their talent that gets them to where they are today. So obviously, other careers cannot exist without our teachers, yet teachers need to have a second career or a second job in order to provide for themselves and for their families. In a 2019 article written by Catherine Schaefer, 18% of teachers have second jobs during the 2015-2016 school year, yet there is no major difference in their age or in their experience level of a teacher. Now, this is just saying that whether you have 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, or even 30 years of experience teaching, that does not give you leverage on if you can provide for your family or not. So even our teachers who have 30 years of experience still have second-hand jobs. And so this does not mean this is just summer jobs. There are many teachers in our schools and our society today that have jobs that are on the weekends or right after school because that's what they need to do to provide for themselves and for their families. So to conclude, I firstly explained how the shortage of teachers has affected our schools, how there are no other careers that can exist without our teachers, yet our teachers, and finally, yet our teachers need to have other careers in order to provide for themselves and for their families. So teachers are what make this world go round. They build people up and they build up societies. They are the teachers of our next generations. Yet they are underappreciated and they have a very low wage. There is a shortage of teachers in our schools, and no other careers can come without them, and they need second jobs in order to provide for themselves and for their families. Now, I raise these number of things because I myself want to be a teacher, but with college coming up very quickly, and that brings out the idea of money and student loans. How am I supposed to pay for student loans if I only am getting $36,000 a year? And so our teachers deserve better, and this needs to start with their pay.